Expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
If you suffer from poor sleep, you've got to try MyPillow. Introducing the most revolutionary, most comfortable, and coolest pillow ever, MyPillow. Imagine your very own custom-fit pillow. MyPillow is the only pillow of its kind on the market that uses a patented fill, custom-made to your exact individual needs. MyPillow is 100% made in the USA and has a natural built-in cooling effect that keeps your cervical nerves cool, and that helps you get the best REM sleep possible. MyPillow helps alleviate snoring, migraine, sleep apnea, and other sleeping disorders. MyPillow is antimicrobial, non-allergenic, dust mite resistant, machine washable and dryable, comes in many sizes and will not go flat. And best of all, MyPillow comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what do you have to lose except poor sleep? Go to MyPillowShop.com, mention coupon code GCN and receive up to $40 off. That's MyPillowShop.com or call 952-442-6199. That's 952-442-6199. MyPillow, for the rest of your life.
Dr. Edwin Vieira is coming up in the second segment of the next hour. But right now, I appreciate the military folks holding. The phones are now just completely open on any subject you'd like to discuss at 800-259-9231. But we're going to go to Preston in Japan, active duty, Ed in Louisiana, and Bud, Howard, Steve, and others. But Preston in Japan, you're on the air, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. I think you're Alex. Hi, just military police, and just wanted to call and comment on the open phone lines that you had today. And, you know, I see a pattern emerging, and I have actually for the past few months. You know, we have training days where I'm at about twice every month, and one of the things is that at the beginning of the training day, the beginning of the training period, the very first thing they always breeze over is martial law and the difference between qualified and absolute martial law, and also the 4th, 5th, 6th Amendments, and the Posse Comitatus Act, and the Summative Crimes Act. And, you know, we get it beaten into us. And, you know, from what my own experience, I've been in the military, you know, for almost 4 years. I've never been trained to confiscate weapons, you know, except for in instances where it's a search, a legally authorized search. And
but they said that in New Orleans. They said, we say it's legal, go get their guns.
Yeah.
And you're saying that they now, I mean, this is new, though. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I got from what you said is that this is new now, that suddenly at the start of the drills, they describe different variants or different threat continuums, different escalations of martial law.
Yes, that's true. But also going along with your point, I don't believe the military will actually confiscate weapons willingly. I mean, I'm not a member of Oath Keepers, but I do support them, and I will keep my oath to the Constitution. I will not confiscate weapons.
Well, that's good news, sir. What about other members of your unit? What's their view on average? You know, what percent would you reckon have your view versus the other view, A? And then B, I mean, how do they describe martial law to you?
Well, you know, I don't think that many members of my unit personally will actually follow an order to confiscate weapons, because they recognize, you know, every American has a Second Amendment right, and they would, if they were in that position, they wouldn't want their weapons confiscated either. You know, I mean, the military in general, you know, I will agree that, you know, there are those that are hard chargers and will follow whatever orders they are given, but you know, with the branch of service I'm in, we're almost taught to question orders. At all levels.
Sure, well, that's the catch-22 with police and military. They know guns aren't the boogeyman the media says they are, so you've got these global communists basically trying to demonize guns, but the military knows all about guns, and they love guns, and they're not going to buy it.
That's right. That's right. And so personally, I don't just see the military coming in and confiscating weapons. But I agree with your comment, what you said earlier, that they some will follow orders, most will question orders. I won't confiscate any weapons. I don't think any members of my unit would do the same thing.
Okay, so what are they saying, though, now that they're suddenly telling you about martial law?
Well, this has just been an emerging pattern that I've seen over the past 6 or 7 months. And, when they talk about martial law, it's always going to be the difference between qualified and absolute martial law. And they
give us that definition.
Well, qualified martial law is where there's a national emergency or natural disaster, like Katrina, for example. The local court system was still in place and still had authority. The military basically just came in to assist.
Back up. What's the other type of martial law?
It's absolute martial law. It's where the military takes control essentially over the court system, over the police, and has final authority and say over just about everything.
And are you being trained for that?
I wouldn't say we are, but we...
Stay there. 1 minute. Stay there.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You are being warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Well, this is extremely ominous. Not only do we have all the mainstream news articles, and I've interviewed the colonels involved with open gun confiscation drills in places like Iowa. Not only do we have all these czars in the White House and the new Supreme Court nominee calling for an end of free speech, secret arrest of citizens by the Pentagon. This is conditioning. Preston calls in from Japan, and we know this is confirmed under Northcom. They admit they're training for open martial law, absolute martial law under infrastructure protection, continuity of government, COG. But suddenly the last 7 months, and he's been in for 4 years, and he's in Japan, they're teaching him, the baby martial law, where they just help in an emergency versus total takeover of society. But again, now they're training them for both types. Finish up your statement on that. I mean, does that creep you out, Preston? That suddenly they're teaching you about full bore martial law?
Well, I won't say it creeps me out because I first learned about all this in boot camp, and most military members are always taught about this in boot camp. But depending on their job, what they do, they don't necessarily go over this or review this as much as they like the police do, like we do. So, but I have noticed, like I said, an increasing trend that it's just like the nail hitting on the head continually, over and over again, and it's being, I wouldn't say beaten into us, but we're reminded of it, at least twice a month. And we have been taught in how to help implement that and what our positions would be. And
now, are they saying under total martial law that they're going to go after the guns? Because in the drills that they're having, they are, cordoning neighborhoods and going door to door. And we have Schenectady, New York mayor. We have the disgraced Governor Blagojevich last year, before he got kicked out, saying, I want the National Guard here to confiscate guns. I mean, Marines running checkpoints looking for drunk drivers. I mean, they're certainly acclimating right now.
Yes, they are. I'll agree with that, definitely. But as far as my unit my unit goes, we are not being actively taught how to confiscate weapons, and I've never been. And not in the past 4 years of my entire military career, I've never been taught how to confiscate weapons, except for a lawful search. And, you know, I mean, so I can definitely see how there is ramping up and for all the services. And I talked to other services and their military police units. I have several friends with them. And, you know, it's the same with them, too. They're having the same kind of ramp up.
Well, I talked to my cousin, and he said they're even training, you know, the mechanics in riot control in the National Guard now. And you know, he's always been in the military, regular Army, and now he's a regular Army liaison to the National Guard. And he won't really talk about it, but he just shakes his head. He just says, I'm not, you know, because he's an officer. He just says, Alex,